I've always been like fond of the British.
No way.
Long hair, brunette, accent.
Ew, what kind of long hair, brunette, accent? Oh, what is that? What is that face that he's making right there? Oh, Well, we're finally here. In the last Too Hot to Handle video, you liked it over 10,000 times. What did that do? It unlocked a part 2 in the YouTube quasi-verse. And unfortunately, right before filming, I myself had a few little cuties just as a celebration for this momentous occasion. And what happens to a schmuck like me? Well, I squirted all over my brand new cool shirt and embarrassed myself in front of all of you. But I guess that's what this video is about, right? Embarrassing yourself in front of a bunch of people. Trash reality, trash shirt. Trashy TV, trashy Anthony. Let's get started.
I have sex every day, and it's never with the same girl.
Whoa. This guy, Bryce, he's this new guy on the show. And madon is he a gavona. The funniest thing is, me and my girlfriend were watching a Shelby church video a couple of weeks ago, and Shelby had this video about, you know, living on a boat in Los Angeles for like $400 a month or something like that. And I mean, it was kind of an okay idea, but the guy that lived in the boat was such a douche, just like a slime ball. And I just was thinking through that entire video, oh, why am I so like annoyed by this dude that lives on this boat? Like, why is he so gross to me? And then I'm watching Too Hot to Handle, and then they introduce a new dude, and I'm like, oh my God, that's boat douche. And he fits perfectly in the show. So let's actually talk about what he just said right there. He talks about, I have sex every day, blah, blah, blah. First off, people that have sex often, good sex, sex with people they're attracted to, they just don't brag about it. They just don't. And I'll break it down why. Somebody that is satisfied, they don't feel a need to talk about it. Somebody that is constantly looking for validation for something that he's trying to do, he's expressing it all the time. He's bragging. That's why you see celebrities not always bragging. Why? Because they have pretty awesome lives. They have the lives that everybody wants. So they have no need to look, to seek for validation. Bryce, on the other hand, whether he does have sex often or not, doesn't really matter. What the point is, what matters is that Bryce, somewhere in his past, was maybe bullied for or felt left out in the whole dating thing. And he felt left out in a way that is much more than other people. And so what he grew to do is overcompensate by putting on this really like cool guy personality and bragging about having a lot of sex, which again, somebody that is having a lot of good sex with people that they're attractive to, just squarely do not talk about it a lot. That doesn't mean they don't talk about sex. They don't talk about how much sex they're having. They don't brag about it.
You're so fun.
I try to be, yeah.
But
Oh, do you see how he's like, well, I try to be so fun. I just can't get over how douchey this guy is.
Chloe is a one-woman fan club hanging out backstage.
Out of all the girls in the retreat, what one first initially caught your attention?
Well, you actually have an unfair advantage, I have to be honest.
What do you mean?
I've always been like fond of the British.
No way.
Long hair, brunette, accent.
Ew, what kind of long hair, brunette, accent? Oh, What is that? What is that face that he's making right there? It's grossing me out so much. And it's like this put on, like, you know that this isn't his real personality. It's so clear that like he's acting right now. He's acting like this suave, cool, like club douche, this like club promoter. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a club promoter. Though they all have that same personality, that kind of like fake charm. Oh, God, it really, I don't know why, but it does something visceral to me that makes me want to throw up. These cringes are not fake, guys. This is not for the camera. I'm doing this for you right now. I don't want to be watching this.
Russell Brand? Oh, right. Sorry, I think he means Chloe.
So I'm basically your type.
If I had to draw you up.
Chloe, if I could just pause for a moment.
Dude, pause for a moment and just button up your shirt. I mean, a couple are okay, but like 4?
If I was back in LA, I think I could, probably get her back onto the boat pretty easy, but I guess that's not allowed.
I saw your boat, dude. It's in a video on YouTube. You show that your garbage is just a bag hanging off of your oven. It's not very romantic.
I don't really know what my next move is gonna be.
Well, can you badly play any more instruments?
I'm just saying, like, if I were with you.
Even like those eyes that he's making right now, he's like, He's like doing that squint like, ooh, I'm a sexy James Bond guy, and she's totally falling for it. And unfortunately, yeah, Chloe or Zoe, she is falling for it because, as she said, she's not the brightest spark in the book.
I'm not the brightest spark in the book.
Her interest in somebody is similar to maybe an adolescent or a high school person. Somebody that is kind of loud, they act really cool, and they act like they have depth, but if you just pull up underneath, you see nothing, or you just see a scared little boy. And this goes now to the topic of, yeah, but if Bryce is getting Chloe, then what's the use of all this being authentic? I'll tell you why. Bryce only is able to date and get with women like Chloe. This comes to the topic of people assuming that beautiful people are only a certain kind of personality. This is something that I talk about a lot with especially men. Men are of the assumption for some reason that if a woman is beautiful, she's going to have a specific sort of personality. She's not going to be very smart. She's not going to be very cultured. This couldn't be further from the truth. Now, there is a little teensy bit to do with nurture when it comes to looks. I do think that there is a little bit to do with the fact that if somebody's good looking, they might not have to develop other parts of themselves as strongly. But I have found that that is an extremely small percentage of people. What I really find is that there are beautiful people all over the place in every culture, in every subculture, with every kind of personality. The great part about beauty, the great part about your bone structure is it has nothing to do with what's up here and what's in here. It's excellent. It's like God did something really cool for us. He said, listen, I am not going to connect anybody's bone structure with their personality. It's just gonna be completely random. There's gonna be some beautiful people that are maybe more simple. There's gonna be some beautiful people that have extremely complex personalities. There's gonna be some people that are very artistic. There's gonna be some beautiful people that really like sports. There's gonna be some beautiful people that really like video games. There really is no rhyme or reason to looks and personality. Now, once you can really grasp, embrace that truth, is when you will start meeting beautiful people that have exactly what you're looking for in terms of lifestyle and in terms of personality. If you go, I don't believe Anthony, he's just bullshitting us because he wants to be a nice guy. Well, guess what? You are going to continue down the path of only finding people that you're attracted to physically that you are not attracted to on a personality or lifestyle level, and you're doomed. So choose. I'm telling you right now, choose. Choose to believe that you will find people where you are attracted to them physically as well as internally, as well as with their lifestyle. If you believe that, I'm telling you, I promise, you will find that. Bryce, Chloe, they might be made for each other. They have similar, superficial, kind of shallow, kind of not a lot of depth personalities. That's not a bad thing. That's not an insult. That's not something to shame them for. That's merely who they are. And guess what? They also happen to be attracted to each other. They just won. That's what I think. Hey, listen, I could say what I want about Bryce. I may be disgusted with him, but people like Chloe really like him. That's good for him. I am happy for him in that regard. Onward.
In LA or Essex, I'd have kissed you.
Yeah.
Has it been hard?
Are you talking about the sexual side?
Yeah.
It's been challenging. I feel like I've got a lot of willpower. I don't think you have.
I'm only a man.
Is blue balls a real thing?
We'll find out.
Oh.
I enjoyed it. She gives great hugs. I almost felt like she was running up to me at an airport and hadn't seen me for a long time and just run and jumped in my arms.
Does anybody else get this like Tom Holland personality when they see that guy? And it just made me realize that Tom Holland and him share similar personalities because they're probably coming from the same area in England or something like that. I never realized this before, ever.
Stage 2 of the workshop is soul gazing.
This stage encourages the guests to see each other on a deeper emotional level. Like Shakespeare once said, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Who would have thought a reality show would be quoting William S.?
I didn't think it was real, but you can actually stare through someone's soul. Like, wow.
Do you feel more connected?
Yeah. Are you crying?
Yeah. I started thinking about all the things I think of when I think of you. It's that you're like caring, affectionate, considerate, lovely, warm. Then I was like, obviously she's beautiful and sexy, but I was like, but that's not the thing.
That's so sweet.
It's amazing to think that.
Yeah. Thanks, Damien.
Guess that was the point of it, right?
Yeah.
So this is something actually really huge. And I am quite surprised that they did this on this show. Soul gazing it's kind of like a cheesy term, and that's why I never really looked into it. And I kind of had a backdoor discovery of what it was through Presence. And I talk a lot about Presence to anybody that's listened to my iconic audiobook. I talk about it a lot. In fact, it's the first thing I mention. You could find it in the description below. It's for free. But Presence, what it really is it's merely acknowledging whoever is in front of you to the fullest degree. Now, why is it that this soul gazing thing does that? Okay, now I talk about this a lot, but most of the time when you're interacting with a person, your eyes are usually looking at the person really quickly and then darting around a little bit, thinking, maybe hiding from somebody's glance, maybe trying to hide an emotion, and then you'll go back to the person and look at them again, and then you'll go back around. What is happening when you do that is you are missing so many emotions and expressions on that person's face. Also, when you're not looking at that person's face for an extended period of time, you are going into your head and then creating judgments and rules and thoughts about you, about that person, about the situation. But when you take your eyeballs and you just place them right on that person's face in front of you, it enables you to leave all of the thoughts, to leave all of the judgment, to leave all of the fear, anxiety, guilt, shame that you may have in an interaction, and completely just focus on that person. The funny thing is all of the judgment, the hate, the, oh, I don't like this person, oh, because he acts like this, she acts like this, she says this, or she probably thinks this about me. All of that is happening up here. It's all happening in the head. When you remove all of those thoughts and just look at that person, it's a really weird phenomenon. You literally just see the purest form of the person. And it sounds kind of cheesy and it sounds kind of woo-woo, and I hate the woo-woo stuff of connecting and social skills and relationships. But its actual purpose is really interesting and really meaningful. You see the person for who they truly are, their purest form, that the goodness in them, and you acknowledge the oneness you guys share together. The oneness, what does that mean? You acknowledge that you are just two people on the planet and you're sharing this life experience together. And that creates a very strong bond between two people. Now, when you interact, you could do this with anyone without doing this soul gazing where you don't have to speak. Merely when you're listening to a person, just look at them and don't have any thoughts go on and just focus on their face, and do it slowly, and don't be intense and don't be weird about it. Just be really relaxed about it. And you could even do it when you're speaking to the person and then seeing how they react to what you say. As you do this, it will cause that other person to lock into your eyes throughout the whole interaction, because they will be picking up on the fact that you are picking up on every expression they are making. So if they start darting away with anxiety, you're catching all of it instead of missing it by darting your eyes as well with anxiety. I could talk about this for a long time, but let's move on.
What was kind of going through your head?
Wanting to learn more about you. Like, I know a little bit, but not enough.
This workshop, it's definitely opened my eyes to the position that I'm in. I genuinely like Sharon, and I genuinely like David. Gosh, Lana.
Maybe tonight we can have a chat.
This workshop was an eye-opener. I didn't think that I cared as much as I did about Rhonda, but I realized that I must have really been more deeply connected than I thought, than I gave her credit for.
Bye. Let's go. Get out of here.
So what it looked like Sharon was saying right there about Rhonda is Sharon has trust issues from his past relationships. And I think what he was saying is seeing how supportive and trustworthy of David that she was, Sharon realized that she's the type of person that would not probably fuck over Sharon, that would probably not shit on Sharon's vulnerabilities. And that raised up how great of a person Rhonda is in Sharon's eyes. Interesting stuff. This show, I think you're seeing it in me. Aside from the few side characters that make me there's some really great people in this show. They have good hearts, and you could see it.
You and like Harry done now. Well done.
Yeah, you guys are like complete opposites, I think.
That was the first authentic, real smile that I've ever seen from him. And it's so funny because it takes him from the biggest macho man, this alpha male trying to be so tough, and that smile turned him into the cutest little boy I think I've ever seen in my life. That's why he's been hiding it so long, because I think he gets scared that people are gonna tease him for looking like a little cutie.
I think you carry like all the qualities that I look for in a guy.
All right, there is that boyish little baby boy smile. Have you ever seen that on his face in this entire season? No, but who's able to do it to him? Francesca. The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure Francesca just said that so they could form a little bit of a bond and make her boyfriend Harry jealous. That's just what I am gonna guess right now.
You have the cutest smile.
See right there, what she did is she moved in, she pulled in, you have the cutest smile, and then she pulled back a little bit. She is seducing him.
You've got the nicest eyes.
Right there, he says, you have the nicest eyes. I'm telling you right now, he's nervous. Look at that face. Look at how he's trying to hold composure. And I think the reason why he's trying to hold composure is because I don't think he's ever been in a situation where he's been on a date with somebody that he's been so attracted to before. It's funny stuff.
I love when you smile.
Shut up.
I love it. Like, just lights up my life, I think.
She's breaking him down. She's tearing his alpha male vibe down so hard. And look right here at his face. He's trying to keep it up so much because I guess so far that's all he has going for him aside from his looks. For his attraction to women is this kind of tough guy thing. And Francesca is just, she is a professional hitman. That's what she is.
Tiny smile, I'm just like,
sheesh.
get happy.
Frankie's got the bars.
You want to lose $3 grand really bad right now, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to lose $3 grand right now.
Really?
Yeah, kind of waiting for Lana to give me like the green light.
No, she won't do it. She's not that nice.
So what she's doing, did you see what Francesca is? She is an evil genius. She's trying to get him to break the rules. Francesca, she's this little chess player here, an evil little chess player. And it's quite entertaining to watch, and now I see why they cast her.
It's been obvious from the start that both you and I have a thing. I wasn't exactly sure what
It was.
it was.
Me either. That workshop shocked me.
It wasn't just you that shocked, I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
It's like I stopped seeing your body. What were you thinking?
So what he just said right there, he couldn't explain it because he's never experienced it before. But what David just said, I stopped seeing your body, is he truly was seeing Rhonda for who she really is, her actual person, her actual soul, or whatever you want to call it. And when he said, I stopped seeing your body, it was I stopped objectifying you. I stopped seeing you as a sexual object, somebody that I just wanted to hook up with. Now, hopefully he could take this and he could experience this in every interaction that he has, because when you can do this, it is quite beautiful to interact with every person and see the true side of them. And the interesting thing is when you can do this and you practice and you get really good at this, the other person really has no choice except for to do the same thing with you. So connections become so much more easy when you are practicing presence and you are doing a little, what they call soul gazing. You'll find that you have to do a lot less talking as well, because a connection really doesn't need to happen between two people with words all the time. It first starts on acknowledging that both of you are sharing the same life experience, life on this planet right now. And then you could move up from there. It's a really great foundation. So I'm glad that he sees that, and I hope he could experience that more in the future.
No one's ever said that about me before. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, I feel like there's someone that actually, like, sees me. Because some guys, I feel like they see me, but they see sexual. It just made me feel like you were listening, and that you're understanding, and that you cared.
Just being honest. It's really hard because Sharon is my boy. From like the first day I fancied you. That initial attraction has developed into more.
I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Yeah.
But no one's got a ring on anyone's finger. No one's entitled to anyone.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm put in a situation where Lana's really testing me.
If I pursue David, something probably definitely would come, you know, out of it at the end. And then when I look at Sharon, I'm like, I already know that it's gonna be a challenge for something to come out of the end. But I don't know if I necessarily came here looking for an easy route. I'm still kind of figuring it out.
I love how in this show the guys have to sleep in the same bed together. It's just fun watching guys like that just gotta do what they gotta do.
If you write on paper my ideal guy, that would be Sharon. But David was able to basically kind of open up and show his emotions. This is what I needed from Sharon. If he does not open up, like I don't know what else I can do.
It's not that I wanted to ignore you. It was just, I had a lot to think about. Like, to me, it was just like, David's my boy. It's basically like my ex and my old best friend.
Right.
He's not my best friend, but we started building a bond. Like, my trust literally is so fucked up that if there's a slight chance of anything going wrong, that I just shut down.
I mean, I'm not blaming you. I just need you to understand, like, you shutting down on me, it makes it difficult. I can't progress with you if you don't open up to me. If you really like someone, like, that's what you do. That's the risk you're willing to take.
Come on, Sharon. Use what Lana's taught you.
Before I came in here, I didn't think I was ever going to possibly fall for anybody else. It feels uncomfortable, but I like it at the same time. So what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna vow to you right now. I'm gonna try to let my guard down. I'm going to try to communicate better. I'm gonna try to trust, even though it's like one of the hardest things for me in the world to do. So if you're down, I'm down.
But no, that's literally all I was asking for. So I appreciate it a lot.
This is adorable. If this isn't worth a green light, then honestly, I quit right now.
What?
You're just so beautiful.
Look at your watch.
Yeah! Green light! Come on, lovebirds, start doing each other.
Never in a million years did I think that I was gonna find someone that was kind of gonna change my whole mindset. I feel like we can be something amazing. We're like Obama 2.0. So together, we are powerful.
Wow, that was a really unexpected ending to that episode, and it has greatly changed my perception of this show and what they were actually going to do. I had no idea it was going to reach this level, and I'm really glad that it did. Now, let's go the first path. where Sharon and Rhonda would have went if this island was just a love island. Sharon and Rhonda definitely would have hooked up from the first day. You already saw them make out. You saw that Rhonda also had a very strong connection with David. David and Sharon were also really good buddies. Sharon had mentioned that this exact same situation has happened to him in the past, and that's why it was so hard for him to open up. Now, what if they had sex beforehand? Having sex is a vulnerable thing. It's when two people really give themselves to each other. And unfortunately, quite often, they start then feeling entitled to each other. And I'd like to eventually teach people to get out of that feeling, but that's besides the point. What I want to focus on right here is the fact that if they did have sex too early without the connection at first, which I really don't think is such a good idea all the time, unless two people are very emotionally mature and they're able to handle things and able to work out things after the fact. If they did have sex first before a connection, what would have happened is Sharon would have gotten some bad blood towards both Rhonda and David, and we perhaps would have never seen a true connection between Sharon and Rhonda, and perhaps I don't even know how they go from here, but a relationship, a potential relationship down the road. So I mean, it's kind of amazing. This show is showing people that are sex crazed, sex addicts, people that don't actually know how to connect with people that often. It's showing them how much more rewarding and pleasurable it is to hook up, to have sex with somebody after you've built that strong connection. Unfortunately, this took me quite a long time in my own life. In my early 20s, I was just like these people. I only was focused on hooking up and just finding people I was physically attracted to. It wasn't until a little bit later down the road that I realized how incredibly rewarding and pleasurable it was, it was to start dating after I've connected with somebody, and my attraction and physical attraction went way up for the people that I was dating and getting in relationships with, because I didn't just see them as a conquest, but I saw them as somebody that I was actually attracted to. And remember, those are two different things. For the most part, when somebody just wants to have sex with somebody, it's mostly because of the conquest, because they want to conquer. And they want to feel the basic physical pleasure. True attraction for a person is the connection for the physical and the internal, and those two combined create a very amplified attraction, sexual attraction, and love for that person, where when they actually have sex and hook up, the feeling is just a billion times more powerful. And this is such a great example right here between Sharon and Rhonda, and we're watching it happen in real time, which is quite rare actually in reality at all. So I'm really glad, and I am a convert. I actually really like this show. So we get both. We get the comedy of guys like Bryce or whatever his name is that gross me out, and then we get some beautiful people like Rhonda and Sharon and David. And then we get some manipulative people like Francesca, who is quite amazing. And I now know that she's in a real relationship with Harry, so I wish her the best. And I love that they are together, because they are actually really cute when I see them together. So Francesca, if you're watching this, I know you watched the first video. Comment down below. I'd love to have you on a part 3. Speaking of which, the way you are gonna get a part 3, YouTube viewers, is if we get another 10,000 likes on this video right here. If you love Too Hot to Handle, and if you love my analysis and my reactions to the show, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe and bell notifications to know when we do hit 10 and I do release a part 3. But while we're waiting for those 10,000 likes for the part 3, every week my subscribers jump onto my Instagram and vote for the upcoming video that I'm gonna react to in the coming week. So get down there, get in the description, click on my Instagram profile, follow me, and every Sunday or Saturday on the weekend, I post a poll for what video I should react to, and you get to decide. So what did you think of this episode of Too Hot to Handle? Did I hit it on the mark? Was I off a little bit? I'd love to hear it in the comments. And if you haven't already, you could watch the first reaction that I did. It's down in the description below. If you're interested in watching something completely different, I have another reaction video for you in 3, 2, 1.